Hi, this is a video on DIY, the do-it-yourself standard analysis for on your marks. This year there are 10 folders or 11 folders that you would have reports in. You'd have the bare bones, counting credits, credit contributions, and in the DIY standard analysis is what I want to have a look at today. Now, in there will be a few reports. These larger two, they are in 64-bit and they work quite well if you have a Microsoft Office and it is loaded at 64-bit, and I think you can find that out through your technician. If it hasn't been loaded to 64-bit and it's loaded to the default 32, in the installation process there's a section which says languages and other options, and under the languages and other options, if you click onto that, then in the other options is the chance to actually use more than 4 gigs of RAM, and this is the 64-bit program which allows that. The report that most of you can go to is just, the advantages of these two is over 4 years. This one here is a 3 years and it's a 32-bit, and that's the default program for most laptops. You are looking for the 12th of February. Now this arrow I'm moving around unfortunately doesn't match in the video that you're watching as when I move it. At the moment the arrow is right on the top file, but I think your arrow in the video will be a little bit lower, but it's the 12th of February that we're looking for. If it's the 6th of February it may work, but it might have we've updated it on the 12th, so looking on the 12th of February one. Now this report, this is the last year's results, which should be 2016 results, this being 2017, last year was 2016. Here you'll see I'm using 2015. I'm not allowed to show you any school's data for 2016 just yet. I am hoping to be able to do reports very shortly, but at this stage, as of today, I'm not allowed to show you 2016. So I'm using some old data combined from a few schools to do this report. Now what we want to do is I want to show you how to filter a starter. A lot of Excel works best if you know how to filter, otherwise you have lots of blanks. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on row 1. You might not see the arrow, but I'm clicking on row 1 and it should all highlight. I'm going to the top, to the green bar up here of the menu bar, and I'm finding the word data, and that's about 5 along. There's file, where you can save, there's home, insert, page layout, formulas, and under data. Now under data there will be a filter, and I'm going to choose this filter. Having selected row 1, when I click the filter it's going to filter everything on row 1. Now you'll see the filter goes all the way across right to the very end. If it doesn't go to the very end and I only decided to filter a few columns, then only those columns would shuffle around when I use the drop down menus, and all the other data would be out of sync. Not a good thing to do, it makes a complete mess of your report. Now while we're looking at the top, I just wanted to make sure if you go up to File, there's some options for this report. Now on File, some options will open up, and the very bottom one will be Options, and in Options there will be the second one down that goes General, and then Formula. In Formulas you can see formulas, and you should have Automatic clicked. If Automatic's not clicked, you need to click it so that the report updates automatically. Under Save, and if you've got a lot of large reports, you might like to use Save option. And this here, I unclick the Save every 10 minutes. I'm making up my programs are really huge. I don't want my computer to come to a halt every 10 minutes to start saving some of the huge files I have. So I tend to unclick that. You might like to put it back on if you're using small files, and it's only going, and this one should only take a few seconds to save, so having this on auto save is probably not a bad idea. So auto save under Save, Formulas on Automatic. I'm going to close that, and that was up here under File, Options, Formulas, Automatic, Save. I've already clicked it 10 minutes, and I suppose I better go and push OK if I want that to stay. Let's see, make this a bit smaller. Try and make this small. Oh, looks like I wasn't able to collapse it and still have the video running. I'm got this icon in the way. Anyway, back to the filter. I selected row 1, I chose filter, and most of that will be done for you. It says here, step 1, number the filter greater than 0. So I click down the menu, and I've clicked the menu in column J1, and I've suggested you go to number filters, come to greater than, and in greater than type in 0, and that's the filter I've often used. But you can also go to this filter. I'm going to select all because I didn't select anything, so I got rid of everything in that last filter. Come all the way down and unclick blank. So now I'm going to have everything which has a number. Your numbers will be different for your data, but I wanted everything with a number is now showing. I'm also going to come over to subjects. This looks like it's already been filtered, but I'm going to filter it, show you how to filter, and I'm just going to click A to Z, and that'll put all the subjects in alphabetical order rather than having it in standard order. So now I've got my subjects, and every subject here has got some results. I'm going to make up a report using the accounting. I'm just select down, scroll down, and I've got all the accounting here. And I go Control C, having highlighted those numbers, Control C, you'll see what they call the marching ants. They're all going around. They're going around in boxes because some of the rows are hidden. I go to select standards here, and then I'm going to come up to the top blue cell, which is C2. I'm going to click into C2, and I could either go paste. I tend to use the shortcut keys. I could do paste 1, 2, 3, and that you can see that's pasted those highlighted ones. Now I'm going to get rid of the ones which haven't been pasted because that could be anything, and I might not be interested in those. So I'm going to just delete those for now. And that's going to give me reports on these standards. The hyperlinks may work. I've changed it so that if you want the hyperlinks to work, I can rerun the report so they work for you. Now I've decided I've got all these spaces, so I'm going to make a commerce report. I may as well try and get all the commerce, and it was 48 standards, hoping that most departments could do their whole report. But I could always just go up, File, Save As, Accounting, and I know that I've got my accounting there, and then I can do another report, Save As, Economics. Or whatever. They don't have to be. I'm not just restricted to the one report. I've given you one, but you can save it to your heart's content. Okay, last year's results. I want the commerce, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to change my filter, and I'm going to not select everything. I'm just going to select commerce. I just want the commerce ones to show up, and that will get rid of my agricultural science, and it'll just make it easier for me to select. Now I know I can only do 48 rows, so I've got to be careful. If there's a lot of subjects here, I'm not going to get them. I know I'm not going to get all these to fit, so I'm going to just select more than I can fit, just to show you what happens. Control copy, little marching ants, back to select standards. I'll come back up to C2, and I'll go. I'm going to go Control V for paste, and it's going to tell me, nah, you're trying to get into unprotected areas. And the unprotected areas, or the protected areas, are down past here. This row here is protected, so it's not going to let you paste into it. So I'm going to go back to last year's. I won't be so ambitious. I've already got the accounting. I've got little marching ants here. I'm just going to select a cell and go Control C just to get my marching ants somewhere else, because I like them over there. And now I'm going to select my business administration, and I'm going to go down to just economics 2. I'll leave the economics 3 up for now. I'll go Control Copy. I select my standards. I'm coming back here. I'm going under, because I'm happy with the accounting. I'm selecting Standard 18, C, column C, row 19, and I'm Control Pasting. And they're all going in, so I must still have some space at the bottom. So I could add another 4 standards. So not that it's essential. I mean, let's see. Did this number come here? 1, 3. I'm looking at the 1, 3. 8.3, and I understand my mouse might not be on that. I'm at row 33. I'm coming across row 33, and I see this number. I know these have all been indented right for some reason. It was probably a good idea once upon a time, but it would be much better if they had been indented left and I'd have all the numbers.